All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our introduction for our newest signing, Croix Bethune. Please use the raise your hand feature and we will call on you, or you can type your questions into the chat. And before you ask your questions, please introduce yourself with your first and last name and the outlet that you are representing. So we are very welcome to introduce Croix Bethune. And Jillian, we will start with you.
Croix, hey, it is Jillian Carroll Latrinko. I'm on the local KC Current broadcast. So excited to have you in Kansas City. How are you feeling? And can you share a little bit about your decision to come over to the Current?
Hi, Jillian. I feel great. I'm excited to be here. Of course, just a little tired because, the traveling and everything. But yeah, there are a lot of reasons that went into my decision of joining the Current,
Ask your
but
doctor or pharmacist about
a,
Capvaxive.
a big one would be the staff, the girls, wanting to be on a high level development page, in all aspects. And Casey's just the place for that.
Jillian, did you have any follow-up questions?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Just last one. Croy, what type of role do you hope to have with the Current? Obviously, just arriving now, but what do you see for yourself for this year, realistically, expectations of yourself and the role you'll have?
I'd love to step into a leadership role, but honestly, anywhere that they need me, playing any position that they need me, I just want to help them elevate and be the best that we can be on and off the field. I have a lot of goals set for myself, but I don't want to throw those out too soon. Just to be the best person I can, best teammate I can. Of course, we want to win goals and at the end of the season get to that championship.
Thanks so much.
Matt, I'll turn it over to you.
Hi, Croy. Matt Foster with KSHB 41. First off, welcome to Kansas City. Um, you'll see some familiar faces with this team with Allie, Lowe, Izzy. How much will having some familiarity with those players help you settle in, first off?
It'll just make me feel like home, honestly. Girls that I've grown up playing against or with, and then, of course, playing a national team with them. So just some friendly faces and welcoming me in.
And then what do you remember most about playing games against this current team from last year and what they did well?
That it's always going to be a tricky, competitive game. This team's very stacked from the front to the back, very versatile, and I'm glad that I don't have to play against that anymore. So yeah, just a lot of options.
Daniel, we'll turn it over to you next.
Good morning, Daniel Sperry from the Kansas City Star. I'm just curious if you could kind of expand a little bit on the process ultimately, and maybe what were some of the things that truly stuck out about Kansas City as opposed to maybe staying in Washington or other places that might have been interested.
Good morning. For sure, I'd say one is the facilities, from being very professional. The developmental, I feel like the way that they want to play fits my styling play, but also I can merge into this team very, very well. And of course, the players. This is who I'm going to be playing with, and I want to be around the best. I want to be supported. I want to improve my playing as well as help my teammates get better, and also get to know them off the field as players. Those are three key aspects as to why I chose the Kansas City Current.
I know there's always the term, I know it's often used in basketball, but I think can apply in soccer in some cases, that there's only one ball. You've got a lot of really good attacking talent, a lot of people around you. I know you kind of had the same thing at times in Washington. How do you manage and pick moments with so many, star players around you to kind of find when you need to be on the ball and when you need to be looking to do something off the ball? And how do you kind of do that with this group?
I love the basketball analogy. I mean, of course, you always want to be on the ball. That's just being hungry and competitive. But with so many options that this team has, the other team won't know who's going to be on the ball when, who needs to be on the ball in certain situations, and that just makes it scarier for them. Say Allie and I are on the ball, that means Timwa and Michelle or Lo or who else is out there are open and they don't know whether to come to us or come to them. So I just feel like it makes it scarier for other teams.
And then just one quick last one. How much have you talked with Chris Armas yet? And what's been, your conversations about how he sees you fitting into not only the group, but the midfield as well?
Yeah, we've had a great couple of questions, very welcoming since I've been here. I mean, I've seen his resume as being a player, and he's done a great job in transitioning to being a coach. He's also been great. And I feel like what he's told me about the team and my role, I think will mesh very well, possibly in that 10 position, possibly in other positions. But I think the plan is key for us.
Kathleen, we'll turn it over to you next.
Good morning. I'm Kathleen Geyer from the Nine Sports. And my question kind of follows Daniel's, but what stands out? Obviously, we have a new coach, but about this system, how they've used midfielders historically, and the really defensive focus that this franchise has kind of gotten known for.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of midfielders on this team, but we have a lot of everything on this team. Just going back to being stacked. The defensive role, I feel like with this new coach, Chris, me going into training, I kind of see the vibe and see what we really want to do, and just kind of learn in that aspect. We could be defensive minded, but we could also be attacking minded. So we'll see.
PJ, we'll go to you next.
Hey, Croy. My name is PJ Green. I'm also with the Kansas City Star. I know in the past few years, I mean, you were here for the final. You've played in this stadium. There's a lot of buzz about the stadium just around the league and around the world. Just what do you remember most about playing in the stadium, and how do you envision them cheering for you now?
Yeah, I mean, the stadium is beautiful. You also have an amazing view. Sometimes playing, I get a little lost looking out in the distance. But the fans also show up, which is amazing. The teal guy, he might be my favorite. Great field. And the atmosphere is honestly beautiful there. So I can't wait to feel that support from the teal fans.
And I know you talked about you want a leadership role and learning the players off the field. And I know in DC you were big into getting into the culture there on and off the field. Just how do you or have you thought about doing that in Kansas City? Have you looked at Kansas City culture? And I mean the Black history here is pretty rich. So just wanted to see if you got into some of those details yet.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of research on Kansas City. Of course, I want to learn more, especially in the Black history aspect. I mean, I'm big on community. It doesn't really matter where that I am. But with Kansas City specifically, I want to be involved with the community. I also have family that lives here, so I plan on seeing them and also having them help me out with this journey.
Dan, we'll turn it over to you next.
Thank you. Hi, Croy. Dan Lauletta from The Equalizer. We know that your soccer brain is quite active, so I'm wondering, when you've played Kansas City in the past, did you ever find yourself kind of in the back of your mind fantasizing about what it would be like to play on that team as opposed to against it?
My answer might not be the one you're looking for. I mean, not necessarily just because I'm living in the moment and focused on that game, but now that I am here with the Kansas City, I'm ecstatic. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. So,
And then just on your time in Washington, 2 years seemed very successful. Was there something about
thank you.
Washington that made you decide you'd rather be somewhere else?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons, but focusing on development and being being able to grow.
So you're not sharing those reasons right now?
No, sir.
Thank
We
you.
have time for two more questions. Melanie, we'll turn it over to you.
Hi, Croy. Congrats on the move, Melanie from The Athletic. Melanie Ancide from The Athletic. Kind of picking up on your answer just there. If you could just share a little bit about the reasoning why this move was good for you at this point in your career and why that decision?
I feel like this time, I mean, timing is everything, but sometimes it's not necessarily when you want it to be or when it's planned out. And for me right now, this was the move that I decided to make simply because of my development. And I feel like Kansas City can help me in those aspects.
And just a quick follow-up. Did you talk with Emma Hayes about your decision? I know players always go to her for advice. I'm curious what those conversations were like.
We've had a couple of little conversations about what I wanted to do and some of my aspects on what do I want to get out of being professional and my job.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, everybody. We will be back with Ryan Dell and Blacko Andonovsky shortly. And thank you, Croy, and welcome to Kansas City.
Thank y'all.
All right, everyone, we are back with Vlatko Andonovski and Ryan Dell. We are going to try to get them out of here in a timely fashion so that we can get to training out here in California. So we'll keep this relatively quick. But Daniel, we will start with you.
Good morning, guys. Just quickly, if you could kind of talk about the acquisition of Croix, what she brings to a pretty talented attacking group, and kind of how you guys kind of see her fitting in overall to the team.
You want to take it?
Oh, go ahead.
No, we're excited to have Croix in Kansas City. Obviously, an incredible player with great skill and creativity. We think she's going to fit flawlessly into Chris's style of play and what he's building. So we're thrilled to have her here and excited to see her get started.
And then obviously this kind of comes also with the departure of Claire. This is a player that you guys brought in an under 18 contract and kind of gave her the runway to her career. Just if you could kind of give any insight into why that move happened ultimately, and kind of where you see maybe the midfield now going forward, especially kind of on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, no, we're obviously sad to see Claire go, but obviously what was best for her and in this situation. I think we're thrilled to have Croix come into our midfield and what has been built there previously. So obviously disappointed for Claire to depart, but really excited to see Croix and her abilities and what we're doing here to continue to grow our player development in Kansas City. I think we're a leader in that, and we want to continue that both with Croix and our young players that we have on our roster.
And Vlaco's, any thoughts on Claire was a player that you kind of identified very early and brought in on and the kind of why she's maybe no longer here.
Yeah, I mean, for us, as Ryan said, Claire was a player that we loved and we developed. We put a lot of resources, effort, time into her development, and we're thrilled to see how she has progressed in the 2 years. But in same time, we understand that sometimes we as a club have to make tough decisions, as well as players individually have to make these decisions that are best for both. And I think that this was a decision made that was best for both parties, for Claire continuous development and for us as a club.
All right, thanks, Daniel. We'll go to Matt Foster. Matt, go ahead.
Hi guys, morning. Do you anticipate any further moves with still a month to go to the season starts, or are you satisfied with where the roster is currently at?
I mean, I can say as a club, and I've said this before, we never stop looking for players. We never stop looking for improving the roster, even in whether it's off season, during the season, when there are not open windows, we continue searching, continue researching, continue scouting players. And if there is an opportunity to make the team better, we're not gonna hesitate to make moves.
And then with Claire's departure, are you still comfortable with what you have in that defensive mid area currently?
Yes, absolutely. We're happy with the roster. I think we have incredibly strong roster. We have very good players. We re-signed Bailey there to help us out to strengthen that line, and we feel very confident with the way Chris has been working with these players that there will not be any problems.
All right, thanks, Matt. We'll go to PJ Green. PJ.
Hey fellas, good morning. I mean, you're leaving. Obviously you leave Claire, but you're bringing in just an offensive juggernaut with Croix. Just what did y'all see there, and where was the opportunity there for y'all to go in and make that move?
I mean, Ryan started saying how important Croix will be for our team, and how good of a player she is. Personally, I've known Croix for a long time. I had a chance to research her when she was in college. She was even we had in conversation right before one of her injuries that she was invited or she was on the list for the national team. So. personally, I'm very familiar with her qualities, and I've always referred to her as one of the most creative players in the league. And I know that Chris is excited as well to have players of such a caliber on the team. We showed that we're very well attacking team in the last 2 years, and bringing Croix on the team is gonna make us even better. And this is Ryan's and my job is to make Chris's job easier and harder in the same time. Make it easier to give him options to get all these good players on the team, but at the same time make it harder because he's gonna have a hard decision to make when the game starts.
And just in terms of this new regime with you three making the decisions, what's the collaboration like between, y'all scouting the players and him kind of getting them to perform their best on the pitch?
It is a consistent conversation and talks, videos. We have a scouting department in place that does a lot of research for us, and then we do the final research talks, conversations, and Ryan executes the deals.
Awesome. Thanks, PJ. We got time for one more. So Jillian, I'll let you wrap it up.
Thanks so much. Hey guys, thanks for the time this morning. I'm just curious, with Croix, what do you think the timeline might be for her to impact this squad? Do you hope it'll be an immediate, right away? And then what are you looking most forward to? Maybe like the creative chances she creates or some goal production from herself?
Yeah. Well, she got here last night, so into California. So we're excited to have Croix in the environment, and out of training today. We obviously head to Coachella later this evening and play on Sunday. So we're excited to see that and then let her start integrating into our environment fully. We're very proud of the environment that we have, the great relationships and culture within the players and the staff. And so we're excited to see her jump right in and get started heading into the season.
Jillian, thanks so much, and thank you everyone for joining us today.